Hi guys, my name is Taiwo, a resident here in Fort Mac, Canada. So now, do you have a passion to work in a oil field, or maybe you're already in Canada here and you feel like, oh man, I feel like working in the oil field. Yes, I'm currently working there, and I can give you one or two tips about working in the oil field. Note, transportation is free, so transportation to work and back is free, as you know, in Fort Mac. So now, and to work in an oil field, anybody, I will say this, anybody can work in a oil field. You don't need any experience. You don't really need that experience, maybe oil field experience. So your own experience will count, as we also count as an experience in the oil field. You don't need to maybe if you have an oil field experience, fact is okay. But if you don't have an oil field experience, you are going to be oriented. You are, for like a month or two, you'll be taught on how to go about it. So working out to work in an oil field, the rules of working in an oil field. Like for me, I don't have any oil field experience when I applied, but the experience I put in also counts as okay, my own personal experience in the field. And when I got employed, I was trained, I was oriented on on how to go about it. Because when you're working in a oil field, depending on where you're working, and depending on the company you're working with, so it's an oil field, so big equipment, like massive equipment, are going up and down. So there are ways to go about it. So now, and to work in an oil field, like I said, anybody can work in an oil field. So but you just need certification. You need the workplace assiduous certification. We call it WHMIS. So, and you maybe you need depending if you'll be driving, so you need the dangerous goods certification and all that. So now, but the workplace assiduous certification is very important. It's one of the requirements to work in an oil field. If you don't have it, most of the companies do employ, they'll train you, you'll be taught about it. So in their orientation manual, so how they will try and get to that certification before you finish your orientation. So it's part of the orientation. For me, when I got employed, I don't even have it, but during the orientation, I did the test. So I wrote the test, I was trained. It's a video, what's it called, video call. So I listened to the course and I did the test and I passed. As soon as I passed, I was issued the certification. But you can get it. The best thing is that most courses to get employed in an oil field only takes 1 or 2 days. Doesn't take weeks or anything. So it's not one month, 2 month courses to get employed in any oil field. So now, most courses you take will only take 1 or 2 days. Most courses you take, to get employed. So now, and anybody can get electricians, carpenters, welders. Anybody can work. Oil field is a country, is a community on its own. It's a country on its own. So they have so many departments, so now working. So like, you can also be part of us. You can also be part of, the great people working in the oil field section in Canada. You can also be there. So now, and also you have to be crazy. So like, you just have to be fast, you have to be smart, you just have to be crazy. And it's most of the time it's 12 hours shift. Most oil field jobs are 12 hours shift. So you just have to just look at it, 12 hours shift from morning to night. So most of them is 7 days on, 7 days off. So some 14 days on, 7 days off, some 14 days off, 14 days off, depending on the jobs you're doing. So it's 12 hours a day job, and depending 7 days on, 5 days on, 5 days on, so depending on the one you choose. So I think this will be the end of my video. If you have any comments, you can leave it as a comment. If you have any maybe word to tell me, or any advice, or anything I'm missing, please drop it as a comment below, and I'll do another video to answer your comment. Thank you.